Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11.
Well, welcome into Home Track Heroes. I am not Caleb Hart. I am Ben Iman, where we have DriftCon, the HIGHLINE shootout tonight, presented by GreenShields Industrial. Ben White joining me on the call tonight. We got a lot of action coming up, and it's going to be fast-paced and a lot of it coming at us. What can we expect tonight?
It's going to be great. So we're running that classic drift layout here at Evergreen Speedway, utilizing that 3/8 bank, coming in through the crossover, the figure 8 track, and ending right up close with the wall, getting right up with the crowd. A lot of tire smoke, a lot of high-flying action, and here we go right out the gate. We got some tandems going on.
Yeah, we're jumping in, and this is the round of 32 here. We're starting with Matt Poverena in the red machine there, the S13 Coupe, starting with Jamie Tedesco in the teal and pink BMW, and already getting some good smoke action going.
That's right. Good start to this battle here is Matt. Ooh, running a little bit wide on that track layout, maybe dropping a couple tires off course, which the judges are not going to look too kindly upon. But Jamie Tedesco right there as they cross the finish line. Let's take a look at this replay and just see what transpired out here on track.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of these drone replays for you. Thank you to our friends Zero Sympathy FPV and Armani FPV. You can find them on social media there, and giving us a different angle to take a look at this run.
Yeah, so good initiation there by Matt. He's doing good on the bank, runs it wide out there into outer number 2. That's what we like to see. And into outer 3, he kind of carries too much speed, washes out, so he exceeds the track limits a little bit. That looks like almost 4 tires off. It's got to be. And, you know, Jamie Tedesco is able to keep it on track, but that lead driver, they set the pace of these runs. And, you know, if they go off track, that's a big no-no, and that basically kind of ends the run right where it was. So we're going to reverse the order now. See what Jamie Tedesco does in that BMW out front as Matt Poirena is going to chase him down. Jamie, ooh, a little bit of failure to initiate there. Not a whole lot of angle, but he's pouring it on as he comes to the latter part of the track, doing a nice job there. Matt Poirena, oh, Jamie Tedesco snaps straight. Snapping straight, and in that same spot, too, as Matt Poirena had a bit of a mistake. It looks like Jamie's following a little bit of the same fate.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the judges want to rule on this one. Tough break there for Tedesco. So we're going to get another chance to look at this now with the drone shot. And Ben, if our viewer at home is new to watching drift action here on Home Track Heroes, and they've seen the circle track, what should they expect out of the competition?
So they get 2 runs against each other. Driver A is going to lead the first one. Driver B is going to follow him. Driver A is going to set the pace, and they're going to navigate through the track and try and put down the closest thing to a 100-point run. So as much angle, as much tire smoke commitment, and all these zones, we want the cars nice and close to them, whether it's an inner clip, get that front bumper there, that rear bumper in those outer clips, and after that, they reverse the order. Driver B will then lead the next run. They will set the pace, and basically whoever did a better job out of those 2 runs, they're going to see themselves getting the wins.
Well, that was a close battle in our first one. One more time the result there, so we're going to let those 2 cycle back in line. We'll see them again. Now we go to Zach Farrar in the green Nissan and Dylan Hawk in the blue and pink X5 comp car here, and we're already in a good run number 1.
All right, Zach Farrar, one of our drivers who has earned a Formula Drift license and went and tried to do the thing. It was too much of a thing, comes back with his comp car, and he's shredding out here at DriftCon. That's what we like to see. So Zach, big feint initiation. That's what we know him for, that crazy style out there. And JZ Power under the hood of that S chassis. Big smoke line coming out of the back of that car. And look at that, Dylan Hawk trying to keep up with them. But man, that car is a rocket ship. Like I said, that's Zach's old comp car out front, and Dylan doing everything he can. It says it's an X5M comp. I don't know. That looks like an E46 to me. Maybe I'm cross-eyed. Maybe I'm hard to see in, but I mean, X5 comp, we're not driving the kids to soccer practice here. We're trying to shred some tires.
Well, either way, Dylan Hawk powered by Evergreen Details are going, oh, he's struggling to initiate
and
there.
Having a hard time shredding those tires is Dylan out front.
Yeah, got real straight into the section, getting a lot of smoke out of Ferraris. He's trying to maybe hold the line here, chasing this time around, and swinging around here back towards the finish, and finish right up against the wall.
Yeah, finishing strong there, but like we said, that lead driver is the one who sets the pace of the run. So if they do anything to incomplete on the run, it's basically done right there. So incomplete could be spinning out, could be driving straight like we see Dylan doing here. A couple other things, if they drive too far off track, those are all things that could deem the run incomplete. So as the lead driver, it looks like Dylan is going to have it incomplete on this run. And so all of this is just for the fans here, the tire smoke, the excitement here. I mean, it's all just for a little bit of glory as Zach finishes right door to door with them as they go across the finish line, and Zach's going to find himself in the top 16.
Yeah, there you go. He will move on to the top 16. That tire smoke and that show for the fans, one of the many reasons why catching DriftCon here at Super Speedway of the West live is your best action, but I appreciate you tuning in on Home Track Heroes Seattle 11. Our next round of 32 battle sees Dario Reddick in that black and teal Nissan 240 SX, sponsored by the Lime, and going against Devin Vandervaet in the silver Nissan S13.
That's right. Dario decided to bring out Sparkle today. He blew the engine in his comp car, so he brought out Old Reliable here. And oh, Devin Vandervaet spinning out in the rear, but like we said, that lead driver sets the pace. So even though that chase driver spun out, the run is not over. Well, now it is, because Dario crossed the finish line. He was in drift the whole time, doing a nice job in that S chassis. And Devin going to be sitting on a bit of a deficit as we go into run number 2.
Take a look at it from the top angle now. You can see trying to stick with him, Vandervaet is Reddick controlling this run and just, looks like good through this section in that clip, and maybe lost it in the transfer here.
Yeah, it was weird. That's what it was. So he was applying angle as he was following, and it looked like he maybe just touched the brakes. And if those cars are carrying momentum in the rear as they're trying to apply more angle, if you touch the brakes, they will spin around so fast, and it looks like he just breathed on them, and that's what happened. So Devin's sitting on a bit of a deficit, and man, Dario giving him a lot of space here on initiation. He's going to reel him in the latter portion of the track, I'm sure, but that's not what the judges want to see. They want a nice, consistent distance. They don't want to see you close the distance over time. They want to see your car control. They want to see that you're able to keep that consistent car distance, car length, 2 car lengths, maybe around there. And if you really have to apply it later, that's fine. But, that's something that we know Dario is capable of, is that car control right here. But he gave Devin a lot of room here, so it's kind of frowned upon. But Devin's sitting on a big deficit, and I didn't see anything here that would deem Dario incomplete in this run. So I got to think the judges' needle swing towards Dario. But Devin's doing a nice job with this clean air in front of him. Looking good, looking consistent, looking predictable out there. That's what they want from those lead drivers. And that's what gave Dario, the confidence to be beside him, and what ended up giving him the victory here.
So Dario will move on. Vandervaet, too much of a gap to close. Our next round of 32 run here sees Cody Smith in his red Mustang, and sponsored by his dad, who buys his tires. And he'll run against Kyle Higa in the blue. We're going with blue BMW.
That's fair. I think, this one is blue for Kyle Higa here.
Okay.
So
I saw it in the sun and got a little bit of luck.
I know. And this is also a new build, so we're used to seeing Kyle. It was red, it was black with his teammates, but now this is a new build that he's got V8 power under the hood, and it's more competition-oriented in this BMW. Cody Smith in that Mustang, throwing down a very nice lead run, good predictable one for Kyle Higa to play off of. Let's check it out in the replay.
Yeah, see here, this is Smith in that Mustang, leading us and being the control car. And
nice feint from him on initiation there. Good high line. You see him steering in there. Not a lot of angle out front from Smith. A little weeble wobbling in the back there from Kyle Higa, but doing a nice job applying the pressure here as they're coming through that figure 8 crossover. Kyle Higa a little bit inside, but still want to see him fill those zones in that chase position, right? We're trying to follow that lead driver. He's cutting the course just a little bit, but man, Smith was doing everything he was supposed to do, putting that car in all the right places. That's a good lead run from him.
Kyle's going to need a good lead run here, and he initiates on the bank 3-8 oval course, and into the run we go.
Nice job from Kyle. Taking a mid-high line there. Coming into the infield. Oh, Cody Smith understeering, driving straight in the chase position. That's what we're talking about, man. We got to make sure this lead driver is doing what he's supposed to do. As we go to camera 2, get him back in frame, and look at that. Kyle Higa finishing strong across the finish line. I'm pretty sure he's working out some bugs in this car, but that's got to be confidence-inducing, getting 2 full pulls here on his first battle of the day.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough break for Cody Smith here. As you can see chasing here, keeping that good, consistent distance that you were talking about earlier, Ben. And right here. Still really sticking with him. A little bit shallow there in the entrance, but just kind of lost it there into that clip. I think that's clip number 2.
Yeah, not really able to stay ahead of it and keep that car in that oversteer, that controlled oversteer that is drifting. But Kyle Higa, to his credit, that is a great lead run from him. He had a nice snappy transition in the crossover and finished strong along the wall. And hey, man, he's going to the top 16. It's just drifting now. He's got to feel comfortable in that car.
Well, we keep it rolling. Good run there for Kyle as he moves on. This next one sees Samuel Yeatman in his black Corvette there, sponsored by Red Line Coffee, and Chad Wilson in the silver 350Z. That is LS swapped.
Man, one of the most stylish cars here is Sam Yeatman's C5 Corvette. Ooh, dropping down a little bit early on the bank as Chad Wilson chasing him down. That Corvette doing a nice job. You can see that throttle commitment, that big smoke line that's pretty consistent throughout this course. Sam doing a nice job out there, looking good. And man, Chad Wilson, he's got his hands full out here as he's trying to chase down that C5 Vet.
That was a strong run from Yeatman out here, and big time smoke and initiation here. Looks like Wilson trying to hang with him here, but yeah, you can see where he gets a little shallow there.
Yeah, he comes off the bank a little bit early, so that might have thrown Chad Wilson off just a little bit as he had to, modify his run in the way that he was going to navigate through the course to follow what that lead driver's laying down. And so, he might have been playing catch up a little bit, but I mean, the only one in frame there was Sam Yeatman doing a nice job out front, especially in the last like 2/3 of that track layout.
Well, Wilson will now have the chance to lead Yeatman in run number 2, and Yeatman's trying to stick with him. Does close up good. Ooh. Yeah, that was close.
A little straight on the bank from Sam Yeatman as he's trying to steer into it. Chad Wilson doing a nice job, looking predictable out front. So giving something for Sam to play off of here as they go through one last transition. They're going to finish wide against that wall. Doing a nice job. Oh, just sweeping right up against it, across the finish line, side by side. This is a close one here.
Yeah, let's take a look at this one from the drone shot. This was a really, really close battle between Wilson and Yeatman, and this is going to be a tough one for the judges.
So Chad Wilson doing a nice job on the bank, staying high as long as possible. I feel like that's going to, weigh definitely in his favor as he's doing a very good job on that lead run. The judges have put a lot of importance on these lead runs, saying that, you have to put that down. You have to lead the way and give something for that chase driver to be able to play off of. And he absolutely did. Chad Wilson, I feel like he won that victory just based on his lead run there. Great job from him, and he's going to move to the top 16.
Next battle is Carlton McDonald in his red and black Mustang, and Philip Savinkov in the blue BMW will go on board with Savinkov here. Get some in-car footage for run number 1.
Can I put the emphasis on a different syllable?
Sure.
Okay, I think I would call it Savinkov.
Savinkov.
But I don't know. We're just going to butcher names here and see who knocks on our doors with their pitchforks lit at night. So that's all fine. But Carlton McDonald out front, man, that new Edge Ford Mustang is an absolute machine, and we're on board right now with Phil, and you know what, he's doing a great job of staying with him there. A fantastic run from both these guys as we just talk gibberish amongst ourselves. But let's check it out on the drone replay here. As Carlton McDonald, man, he is just out there just rocket shipping. Ford Windsor power, Stroker Windsor under the hood of that thing. I think it's like 420 something cubic inches. So it's like big boy motor stuff, doing what he can. And look at that. I mean, he is just out on one. Phil's doing everything he can, cutting the line, trying to get some proximity here, trying to be in the picture, apply some sort of pressure. And he's there at the end, but man, he had to make a lot of sacrifices to be there.
Yeah, so we'll flop it over and give him the chance to lead, but Carlton McDonald in that nitrous outlet machine definitely seems to be in the lead coming into round number 2.
Yeah, here we go. So Phil Savinkov out front, doing a nice job trying to get that back tire up on that high line there. But look at that, Carlton McDonald is just hunting him down as Phil runs a little bit wide. He's taking some cones home with him. He says, hey, I might not leave with the win, but I'm leaving with something. I'm taking these cones with me. And wow, Carlton McDonald pouring on the angle, slowing that car down with angle. That's what the judges love. That's what they like to see. Car control at its finest. This is an awesome battle here.
Yeah, this one was really tight, and McDonald looking strong with this one, follows him in here on run number 2.
Yeah, so you see Carlton a little bit on the inside line, but he's able to massage it up just a little bit as Phil's coming down in, and just running a little bit wide, dropping a couple tires beyond track limits there. So I don't think 2 tires is necessarily a 0, but it's going to be a deficit for him. for sure, as he's puking cones out, just trying to play Mario Kart, trying to do anything to get Carlton off his door. But, man, Carlton McDonald's there, and he's going to be in the top 16 as well.
Well, we'll take a quick break and come back. More Home Track Heroes to come on Seattle 11. Well, welcome back to more Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. It is the DriftCon HIGHLINE Shootout powered by GreenShields Industrial, and we are in the midst of the round of 32, and we're going to pick back up. I believe this is one of our one more time battles from earlier of Matt Poverina and Jamie Tedesco.
It's the one more time battle.
That's true. We only had one from that first set.
Yeah, so both these guys made similar mistakes on their first battle, so we wanted them to clean it up a little bit. It was too close to call, and we felt like both these guys could do better. So it's like, let's go out there, let's do better, all right? So Matt Poverina already looking good, and right about here is where they both had an oopsie before, and Matt Poverina, hey man, he's making good on past transgressions, looking good out front. Jamie Tedesco right there with them, so a good run number one from both these guys.
Matt Poverina, a good run there. We'll dive in with them here in the initiation with the drone shots and take a look at this back.
Yeah, not a lot of angle from Tedesco in the chase position, so run it very shallow. It looks like he's valuing that proximity much more than the angle in the chase position, which, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, doesn't matter. But, I mean, it looks pretty good, and Matt Poverina, man, that is a good lead run, and, you know, made it so Jamie could be there the whole time, feel comfortable.
Well, we'll flip it around now with Poverina and Tedesco, and
Nope, so it looks like it's going to be a bye run for Matt Poverina. So I'm getting word that Jamie Tedesco, he's been throwing belts all day. So that's what happened on that first one. He threw a dry belt, and it made it so he lost power steering. The car snapped straight, and at the end of that first run, he did the same thing. He lost a belt. He already used his 5-minute timeout, so unfortunately that's going to be the end of his day. But you know what? Matt Poverina, he's going to be moving on to the top 16.
Well, we will get more Matt Poverina then. Tough break there for Tedesco. We'll take a look at this celebratory run for Poverina as we go on board with the drone again.
Yeah, man, just gets a free hit on the track, so nothing wrong with that. Just doing it for the fans at this point. You know, he just has to go out there, make sure that, or show that the car is capable of completing a run. But you know what? He's a showman. Matt's going to put down some tire smoke. He's going to put down a show. Going to send that thing sideways and finish right against this wall, covering the car show with smoke. And you know what? Moving on to the top 16.
You know, a car show is another great reason why you should come and check out DriftCon here live at Evergreen Speedway coming up the next time we get around and get to see some of those cars live in action. So
there was an E30 BMW on a 4-wheel drive chassis. It was wild. It's wild. But you got to see it to believe it. Say, why would you do this? I don't know. But
they did it.
So better check it out.
Another good reason to come check it out live. This is another run we got a car around. That's Cameron Moore in his Valino orange Corvette. So Jonah Sturdy in this gray 92 325 LS in his Tint Shack of Burlington machine, looking really good after run number one.
All right, so Jonah Sturdy out front. That car is so fast, and I don't know if it's got to be a combination of car and driver, but it is so fast. Cameron Moore is actually one of the people at Evergreen who have earned a Formula Drift license. He went and did the thing. He came back. Now, this wasn't the car that he competed in, that C6 Corvette. He had a FRS back in the day. That's what he used as his comp car. But he's trying to make the C6 Vet work, and it's just fighting him every step of the way. And so you saw him have a little bit of trouble on that first transition there in the chase position. Let's see what happens as he's got the clean air in front of him, doing a nice job on the bank right now, taking that mid-high line. Jonah Sturdy is right there. I mean, he is not someone to be trifled with. He is right there, and see Cameron just fighting the car. I don't know if he said that he's having gear issues as far as on the bank, and I don't know if that's also translating to the infield, whether or not he's trying to make a downshift there or do something, but it just seems like him and this car are not getting along.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this one back with the drone. This is where it's maybe a learning lesson for the fans home. A lot of smoke, not always equaling success. It looks great. Great run for Moore, but you can see where he's fighting it here. Gets a good initiation and through that clip, but a bit of snap of oversteer there.
Yeah, just a weird wobble, almost like a reinitiation. So I don't know if it popped out of gear or if it's just too gripped up for the conditions that he's driving in, but it's unfortunate for Cameron Moore, but very fortunate for Jonah Sturdy as he's going to move on to the top 16.
Well, Next up, this is going to be a close one. It's John Phillips in his green Nissan, and he's self-funded like most of us. And then Leon Band in the red, black, and white E36 272JZ, and out of the Autobahn garage.
All right, so John Phillips out front, that green car, that S13.4. He's got that S14 front end on that car. Looking pretty good as he's coming through the higher qualified driver, so he's leading the way first. And Leon Band, man, the Autobahn Garage E36 right there with him. Oh, shutting it down in the chase position. So like we said, that lead driver need to keep them honest. They need to finish the run, and they need to set it up for success there. So yeah, crossing the finish line in drift, doing a nice job there.
Well, tough break for Leon Band. Shut it down mid run there. He did collect it, but he's going to be in probably a bit of a deficit here that he's going to have to climb out of in his lead run with John Phillips as we take a look at it.
And it was looking good.
Yeah.
It was looking good. So the lead, John Phillips doing a great job out front, and Leon right there with him, and this is where he's diving in. He's ready to apply the pressure, and the car just shuts off on him, it looks like. And John Phillips, big angle there, one last transition, kind of weeble wobbles the car, shimmies it right out to the wall, and finishes strong. And Leon making sure the car can still do burnouts because he's got to do them out front now, and he's setting the pace.
Well, Leon, here's your chance to try to catch back up. Gives a nice shimmy into the initiation, and Leon's going to have some ground to make up, but here's his run.
All right, Leon looking pretty good. He's got that skinny pedal just matted right now. Oh, John Phillips going at least 3 tires off there, it looks like. He's trying to take some cones home with him, too, as he's just dragging that bumper all around. So Leon just out there on one, looking great in that lead position. So as far as this goes, man, Leon has an incomplete in the chase position on that first run. This might be incomplete for John Phillips on the second run in the chase position. So they might have 2 incompletes on the chase runs. So what the judges can do here is they can compare the lead runs against each other. All right, because that way we have 2 full pulls. They'll compare them against each other and see just who had a better lead run altogether. Here is Leon, man. He was just on one. John Phillips, at least he dragged his bumper home with him. We didn't have to do track cleanup, but hey, Leon Band looks like he had the better lead run of the 2. The judges decided to give him the win.
Yeah, tough break for John Phillips. The traffic cone to bumper conversion rate, not enough there, so Leon Band will move on. Now we're taking a look at Jarrett Robertson in that purple, white, and yellow 350Z, and Jason Olson in his gray Nissan 240SX.
Yeah, Jarrett Robertson, supercharged V8 power under the hood of that 350Z, a great-looking car, and same with Jason Olson's car. Great-looking vehicle as well. I can't remember the power plant under it, but it's like, man, both these cars are just ripping out here. Big smoke lines, lots of commitment. That's how you can tell if they're committed on throttle, if that smoke line is consistent, and it absolutely is for both these drivers on run number 1.
That was a really close run there. While we take a look at this from the drone shot, we have to thank our friends at GreenShields. GreenShields, your trusted local family-owned store since 1953, specializing in brake lines, clutch lines, and especially high-performance line designed for these drift cars and competitive racing. When precision matters most, GreenShields delivers unmatched quality and reliability. Race into GreenShields today and experience the difference trusted by champions. GreenShields, fueling performance since 1953.
I've had them make power steering lines in the past. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I mean, they got a great crew over there, and go check them over in Everett. So we flip it over, and now we got run number 2.
All right, flip it and reverse it as Jason Olson is now out front. He's leading the way. He's setting the pace, and Jarrett Robertson's just going to hunt him down in that chase position. I like this camera angle right here as they come into the infield. It's really cool. They make that transition, cut through that smoke line as both these guys. One last transition. Here's Jason Olson looking very smooth out front and giving ample opportunity for Jarrett Robertson to be right there with him.
Yeah, that was a really close run both times, and we're going to see who can just edge this one out. Is a good initiation there for both drivers.
Yeah, so Jason Olson taking that big feint approach, and Jarrett Robertson knows in the chase position. He's a bit of a veteran out here. He just steers that thing in, sets it and forgets it, and he's going after him right here. Jason Olson, man, you can tell that car's hooked up. It's gripped up because Jarrett Robertson is not able to just push him around the track. Both these guys doing what they can, big smoke lines. A lot of energy, a lot of fun on this run. Fortunately, one has to win. It's going to be Jarrett Robertson today.
That was a real close one. Robertson will advance to the round of 16. Continue on. More round of 32 runs now. This is Nate Krieg in the green BMW E46 2JZ in the Hartstock Motorsports machine, running against Cameron Cook in the black S197 Mustang.
Yeah, Nate Krieg did a fantastic job at round 1 of DriftCon. And man, big angle coming to the infield from Craig. And you can tell he is just standing on that skinny pedal. But look at that. Cameron Cook can't be shaken, can't be stirred. Cuts through that smoke line in that Jay-Z powered Ford Mustang. And he's staying right there with him. And oh, Cameron Cook going way inside of the finish line. We're going to have to take another look at that.
Yeah, let's get a look from the higher vantage point here. Good initiation for both drivers as they send it up real high on the 3/8 banked oval of Evergreen Speedway into the figure 8 course.
Dang it, big angle here from Nate Craig in that lead position, but look at that. Cameron Cook is right there with him, applying the pressure, trying to leave a tire mark on that door. But this one last transition, it looks like Cameron mistimes it a little bit. We want to see them run wide out towards that wall, sweep that bumper against the wall, and he finished inside. The judges might frown upon that one.
Well, we'll flip it over and give another run here at it then, and get into the initiation and run number 2.
Oh yeah, good job from Cameron Cook out front. I'd like to see the initiation from Craig again on that one, but we'll see it on the replay as now Cameron doing a nice job out front, going past that one and only nose clip. And look at that, he's got a little bit of gap there, and oh, he's not really committed on throttle there. Maybe getting a little bit scared of that wall at the end.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of separation right there at the end of the run, and did not leave it as deep, did Craig. But we'll take a look, and from his chase position now, get some drone footage here as they initiate. And
yeah, a little double pump initiation there from Craig in the chase position. But Cameron Cook, man, he needs to get a little bit deeper out into outer 2. Outer 3 he did all right, but this is where he should nose in on that clipping, that barrel that is a clipping point, and it's just not quite there. It seems like he's leaving a lot on the table. And you know what? He left too much on the table. Nate Craig says, thank you, I'll have seconds, and I'm going to bring it to the top 16 with me.
Yeah, Nate will move on to the top 16 as we'll get set for round 32. And coming on up at Evergreen Speedway, the Mark Galloway Shootout. Have a chance to meet NASCAR legend Kevin Harvick. Couple of legends maybe trying to throw it down here in this final round. Robin Foster in his white BMW E30 in the Robert Foster Racing Machine. And Nick Jardine in the black, white, and blue E36 M52 Stroker, brought to you by Bardal.
Yeah, so Robin Foster, man, that E30 BMW, he's got turbo 1UZ power in the engine bay. I didn't say under the hood because he ain't got no hood today. But look at that. Nice run from both these two. Nick Jardine, teammate of Kyle Higa's out there. That's what the cars did look like. They all look like that. But you know what? He's keeping the flow. He's keeping the style out there. And he's trying to keep it to the door of Robin Foster. Robin Foster doing a nice job putting that car. He could be a little bit deeper, a little bit more aggressive in those outer zones, but you know what? It's just given ample opportunity for Nick Jardine to apply that pressure, to gain some proximity. He's absolutely doing that. Nice aggressive transition there right at the end, leaving a lasting impression in the judge's eyes in that chase position.
Yeah, Foster clipped just a cone or two right at the end up against the wall, showing he was willing to leave it right on the edge. Now, Jardine will lead him into the initiation here, and we'll see what can Foster do as the chase car.
Yeah, coming in the infield, doing a nice job. Nick Jardine looking good out front. Robin Foster, nice little mimic transition there from both those guys. And look at that, applying the pressure. Ooh, a little stutter step in the chase positions. Nick Jardine looking pretty smooth out front, crossing the finish line. This is a close battle here.
Yeah, this is a real close one. Foster and Jardine leaving it all on the track as we look at their initiation here.
Yeah, taking about the same line. Robin Foster doing a good job of mimicking that line. Nick Jardine leading the way and looking pretty nice there, getting his bumper close to where it's supposed to be. Like to see him sweep against those cones. I think they're a little bit further off a track, so maybe that's just me being a little bit too nitpicky at this point. But coming, finishing strong, little bumper sweep against the wall, looking great. I can't make my mind up. Neither could the judges.
No, they could not either. Well, we're going to see Foster and Jardine one more time to settle it when we return. DriftCon action here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Well, welcome back to Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. DriftCon HIGHLINE Shootout well underway. He's Ben White. I'm White Ben. Let's get back into more of the action going on here with a couple of our final round of 32 actions. We got Hans Luce in the red 2008 Corvettes, brought to you by Tire Streets, and Shane Cruz in the white 240SX LS, sponsored by Valino Tires.
Well, I think on paper it's the 08 Corvette of Hans Luce, but during the practice day he had a oopsie. So he brought out the C5 Corvette, and he's out there just shredding in this. He looks way more comfortable in this thing. So I love what he's doing out here. But, man, Shane Cruz doing what he can to try and stick with him. Hans Luce looking very nice in that torch red C5. Ooh, big smoke line coming across that finish line.
That was a good run in the, now, I guess I'm just going to call it the oopsie Corvette because that's all I know about it. We'll see the initiation here. Good run for Loose to start.
All right, so take that high line, dropping down a little bit early, so kind of apexing that bank just a little bit coming off it. And Shane Cruz doing what he can to stick with the bald eagles out front, and V8 power of Hans Loose just letting it all loose on track, doing a nice job there. And man, Shane Cruz, I think he's going to be on a bit of a deficit here going into run number 2. Let's see what he does on the lead position with that clean air in front of him.
Yeah, this will be a good deciding run here for Cruz, initiating high on that banking, maybe a little bit later for Loose, but right up on the door.
Hans Loose being very aggressive right out the gate on the bank with them, grabbing a little bit of e-brake, going for that transition, doing a nice job falling right in the pocket of there. And man, Shane Cruz, you know, Hans is very comfortable right there with him. I don't know if that's craziness or I don't know if that's confidence, but hey, man, it worked out for him as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that was a really, really tight run, and the aggressiveness of Hans Loose plus his lead run might have enough to eke him out, but I don't know. Shane Cruz definitely gave the judges a lot to consider here with run number 2.
Oh, yeah, you see Hans Loose about mid-bank pouring a bunch of angles, slow the car down a little bit, but fell right in the pocket doing what he can. Shane Cruz laying down a very nice lead run. It is a very predictable lead run. It's something that, you know, anyone could follow out here, and that's what the judges want. But Hans Loose looks like he's just on a mission right now. He's going to find himself into the top 16.
Well, the Oopsie Corvette will move on for Loose, and we'll get set for this one. Patrick Heald in this black and neon S13 240 SX JZ, sponsored by Rev Up Energy, and Jonathan Barella, in the black and teal S13 Coupe 370Z, created by Creative Wraps.
You gonna hard L him right now?
Barella.
You gonna hit that hard L on him?
As hard as I can.
Man, Pat Heald out here, another one of those guys who's had a Formula Drift license that he earned at Evergreen Speedway, so he's well versed in what we're doing here, and this is our classic 3/8 layout. So I mean, this is just. He could do it in his sleep. He probably has done it a bunch in his sleep, and John Barella is just trying to follow him anywhere that he's going on track.
Well, Barella did a really good job here, as best as he could, but Heald using the combination of car and experience to get a good run number 1.
Yeah, doing nice work. Patrick Heald, car in the right places, but you see him get on throttle, and that car stuck and moved from outer 2 to outer 3, doing a nice job. John Barella, they're washing out just a little bit on that thing, and man, having a hard time keeping up. Might be a little bit slower of a car, so we'll see how Patrick Heald's able to adjust now that we're going to reverse the order and John's going to lead the way.
Well, John's going to have a good run here and get this thing rolling in his initiation, and Heald a good, strong initiation, committed to the line.
Wow, big angle from John Barella. Ooh, trying to keep it on track, maybe dropping a couple tires there, but look at that. Patrick Heald does not back out. Ooh, locking up the brakes just a little bit. But maybe just a little bit of a mistake. It might be induced from the lead driver. Oh, lead driver spinning it out. And man, Patrick Heald, nice evasive maneuver there to keep out of some real trouble.
That could have been bad if we would have gotten 2 cars collected, especially that close to the final wall section. But that's going to end the run. We'll take a look at here, and that is definitely going to be docked points towards Barella.
So John looking pretty good out front on that upper lane. That's where we want him. He's doing a nice job doing what he's supposed to do in that lead position. Maybe dropping a couple tires here, but hey, rather see him more aggressive than being really timid there. Patrick Heald, you know, he had to steer in there, add a little bit more angle, but at this last transition, oh man, just a little bit too much angle, a little bit too much momentum, swinging that car around. And unfortunately for Barella, I think that's going to be the end of his day, as Patrick Heald is going to move on to the top 16.
He will move on. We got 1 or 2 more. Looks like so penultimate round of 32 run here with Garrett Theriault in his Camo RX-7 LS, sponsored by Winner's Circle, and Parker Jensen in the white E30.
Yeah, you can tell this is Parker's because Parker has a hood on his E30 BMW out here. We had an overabundance of white E30 BMWs, and we had to find a way to keep them in line. But Theriault out front, doing a nice job in his Camo FC, another one of our FD licensed drivers, someone who has earned a Formula Drift license, and that's the car that he earned it in, is Garrett Theriault. So doing a nice job in that FCRX7, leading the way, setting the pace, as man, Parker Jensen was just doing what he could to try and hold on for the ride.
Yeah, you've mentioned a couple of these guys who have earned a Formula Drift license. A great opportunity. You'll want to come out and check out this year's rendition of Formula Drift when it comes up later in the year and see some of the biggest and baddest in the sport. But right now we can see Jensen just doing his best, it feels like, to hang on in this run.
Oh, yeah, Garrett looking very good out front, very confident out front. And we're going to see what happens as we reverse the order. Parker Jensen maybe sitting on a little bit of a deficit here. See what he does out front. See how he leads the way, how he sets the pace, and how Garrett's able to adapt in that chase position.
See them. Oh, that's going to be it. That's all she wrote, I feel like.
That is going to be a big-time incomplete. So, like we said, that lead driver sets the pace. The run is over, but Garrett Theriot, hey, this might be a little bit of a celebratory two-thirds of the run here as he throws the hands out, throws the peace sign up, and he's feeling good right now.
Hey, Theriot definitely feeling pretty good, giving us a little celebration. We'll have to take a look at this one from the drone shot, and we'll give some credit here to Parker Jensen, throwing it in, trying to get aggressive. Knew he had some ground to probably make up after the first run and trying to make it up big and strong early.
Yeah, he was trying to throw it in aggressive, but the car just didn't transition over the way he wanted to, and then just snap oversteered and just kind of exited stage left as, you know, Garrett Theriot was like, hey, man, we're supposed to go this way. I guess I'll just continue on this run all by myself with no friends, all by my lonesome. But I got friends in the top 16, and that's where I'm going to go. 454 car in the top 16.
Well, Theriot will move on. This, our final round of 32 run, and this was a one more time round from earlier. It's Robin Foster and Nick Jardine once again. Again, Foster in that white BMW E30 with no hood, and Jardine in the black and blue E36 M52 Stroker. Robin Foster, sponsored by Robin Foster. Bardall aboard Jardine.
Yeah, there was a time where we had to be like super specific about E36 BMWs. Now we got to be specific about just all BMWs at this point. Any chassis, we got to find some more descriptive ways to tell you who's driving that car. But man, Robin Foster looking good out front, doing nice work there. As you know what, it just looked like money in the bank for Robin Foster out front.
Well, if you've got money, then you're going to need to go to Coastal Community Bank, because at Coastal Community Bank, community is our middle name. The Coastal Bank staff takes the time to understand your business and help move it forward. Coastal Community Bank has multiple locations throughout the region to handle every banking need. Details at coastalbank.com. They've been a proud track sponsor for over 15 years, and yes, they do bank with you even if you look like Mr. Monopoly walking in.
With the monocle?
With the monocle and everything.
That's a Mandela effect. He never had a monocle.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
You know what? Rich people just seem to have monocles.
Blew your mind right now, didn't I?
You did. I've been schooled.
Absolutely. Hey, man, we're going to school right now because these are great runs back-to-back that we're having with Nick Jardine and Robin Foster. That first run was unreal. Great job in the chase position, but an even better job in the lead position. We're reversing roles right now, and it's much of the same, man. Nick Jardine out front, throwing it down. Robin Foster right there with him the whole way. Just a BMW on BMW crime, and a lot of fun for everyone to see live.
Well, this is definitely going down as a potential candidate for run of the day, Ben, and this is great shot there from the drone angle, and wow, Jardine and Foster leaving it all on the track.
Man, look at that side-by-side right here. A good mimic transition. Could have timed that just a little bit better. You see flames popping out of the hood, that wastegate just letting it rip out there. Man, it's a lot of fun. Hey, It's too much fun. You know it's too close to call. One more time against 2 more times. We're going into saga mode between Robin Foster and Nick Jardine.
Well, everyone else is going to move into the round of 16, but Foster and Jardine are still trapped in the round of 32. Neither one of them able to really separate right now. So this is Avery Thomas in that purple and chrome 350 ZLS, sponsored by 425 Motorsports, and Matt Poyorena in the red S13 Coupe LS. Let's take a look at the first round of 16 run.
Yeah, this is the first that we've seen of Avery Thomas today, but he was our #1 qualifier on the day, and you can see why. Just putting down an absolute heater of a lead run here in a different purple 350Z, sponsored by 425 Motorsport. And Matt Poyorena right there with him. We've seen him a little bit earlier. He may have got a little bit lucky, but hey, sometimes better be lucky than good. Good thing that he's both of them. Now he's out front. He's leading the way. That bumper is looking like it's grimacing, it's winking, it's doing what it can. It is battle hardened, and it is ready to lead the way. And see what Avery Thomas is going to do is, man, good transition in the back there from Avery Thomas, chasing him down. Matt Poyorena just trying to pretend that purple 350Z doesn't exist, trying to focus on his own stuff. But man, a good run here from these two.
Yeah, that was a good lead run from Poyorena. Let's take a look at both of them side by side now with a little split screen action.
How we get so lucky, man? We got some new technology, dude. We got a new giant scoreboard in the infield. We got the split screen going on. This is amazing right here. So you get to see these side by side real time. As you know what, Avery Thomas leading on the left, chasing on the right. Good set of runs from both these guys as you watch them. But man, Avery Thomas looking good, pushing Matt through the course, doing a great job. and find himself a berth in the grade 8.
Avery Thomas will move on. Next up, this is Alex Steins in the black S54 swapped Zestino tires machine, and Zach Farrar in his green Nissan. Let's get set. This is a classic duel.
All right, so
two
yeah,
top competitors.
We've seen Zach Farrar earlier today. We haven't seen Alex Steins yet, but Alex Steins in that BMW, man, he is a lot of fun to watch. He's a stunt driver by day, so he knows how to put the car in all the right places. And look at him right now, doing a very nice job on the lead run. Zach doing a little bit of wild carding out back, kind of doing his own thing there, not necessarily following what the lead driver's doing, but it's a good thing he didn't follow the lead driver right at the end there, as Alex Steins got right into the wall.
Yeah, looks like Steins clipping the wall. First one of the day we've seen here on Home Track Heroes, and so we'll see. Is that a ding or is that encouraged?
That's gonna be a ding. We can talk about it in a minute. We'll evaluate what's going on here. Zach Farrar maybe feeling like he's on a bit of a deficit. Who knows right here, but he's looking very good, putting his car in the right place in that lead position. Alex Steins, though, applying the pressure. Bumper sweeping on transition here as they go against the wall. They go across the finish line, finish strong. And let's see it on the replay here. Oh, we're going to get the replay of Zach's lead run here. So we're talking about right at the end if it was going to hurt Alex Steins getting into the wall. Absolutely, because he got into the wall and it disrupted his line. So it upset the car and it set him on a different trajectory from where he was trying to go. So when he got in the wall, it kind of snapped the car straight, and it was before the finish line. So it's something the judges are going to take into consideration. It's going to weigh against him, and apparently weighed against him heavily, as Zach Farrar is going to find himself a win.
Well, that was a tough break for Steins, but a good battle. Now we move on. Dario Reddick back in his black and teal Nissan 240 SX, the Lime, and Kyle Higa in his blue BMW here in a round of 16 run.
Yeah, both these guys getting their cars tuned up by Apex Performance. And, I mean, both these cars shredded all day, no hiccups, looking great out there, is Dario Reddick showing you why. I mean, he's comfortable in sparkles. He's showing you why he's one of the guys out here that everyone is scared to go against or everyone's concerned about. And, man, maybe a little bit too much concern on the mind of Kyle Higa in the chase position there.
Yeah, definitely loops it around. Higa does and comes back across the line. So we will have to move on. We'll take a look at run number 2 here coming up after the replay, but before, let's take a look at the replay from the drone shot.
Yeah, so good little initiation there. You see left foot brake going on, so Dario's trying to keep the vehicle speed down, keeping the wheel speed up. He doesn't make a great deal of horsepower in that LS1 swapped S13. And this is another one of those situations where in the chase position, Kyle Higa looked like he was kind of understeering, steered way too far into it, and then just snapped over as Dario Reddick, he finishes the run strong in drift, and a big deficit here for Kyle Higa.
Well, Higa is going to have to make it up here in the lead run and might need Dario to make a mistake ultimately to get back into this one, but it'll be close. Higa initiates and will give him a chance to lead.
Man, asking for Dario to make a mistake is asking for ice cubes in hell. It ain't gonna happen, dude.
Well, you know what? A boy can dream maybe in Higa's situation.
Absolutely, but Kyle, I mean, hey, he's doing what he's supposed to do out front. You're supposed to put the car in all the right places, put down that close to 100-point lead run as you can. It looked great, but you know what? When you do that, you open the door for that chase driver to get close, apply that proximity, and also have a good chase run, and that's exactly what Dario's doing here. Kyle doing a nice job dancing with that line, transitioning through the crossover here, doing nice work. As Kyle Higa, good angle in that E36 BMW, good smoke line. You tell he's committed, you tell he's trying, but a little bit too little too late as Dario Reddick, he's going to move on to the grade 8.
Well, Dario Reddick will move on to the grade 8. We will move on to take another break. Evergreen Speedway Home Track Heroes will return on Seattle 11. Well, welcome back to Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Evergreen Speedway's got DriftCon, HIGHLINE Shootout rolling on. Ben White, Ben Iman here bringing you some Ben Squared commentary for the rest of the rounds. We're getting started here with more round of 16 action here halfway through the program, it feels about. Carlton McDonald in his red and black 2001 Ford, I believe that's a Mustang of some sort, in the nitrous outlet machine, with Chad Wilson in the silver 2004 350Z LS.
Yeah, so Carlton McDonald out front there in that new Edge Ford Mustang, looking great. Big angle from him coming to the infield. Chad Wilson knows who he's going against. They've driven together quite a bit. They've been around the block, and so they know that they can get up close and personal. Chad Wilson absolutely trying to do it diving into the pocket there in the last transition, doing a nice job getting out to the wall. But man, I feel like that run was over just as quick as it began. Those dudes are ripping out there.
Yeah, both these cars ripping real fast. We'll take a look at it from the top-down drone shot. Thank you again to Zero Sympathy FPV and Armani FPV for these drone shots. Find them on social media.
All right, so Carlton out front. Man, such a big smoke line. And so much confidence there for Chad Wilson to be able to just cut through that and dive into the pockets. Doing a nice job here for sure was Chad Wilson. But you could see, man, as soon as Carlton gets on the accelerator, he is gone.
Yeah, McDonald was leaving it in real deep. Now, Chad Wilson will have a chance to lead McDonald, and he's going to have to give it a big-time send into the corner here. And, wow, McDonald's pulling real tight to him on the door as they initiate.
Yeah, Chad Wilson, nice up and high on the bank. Maybe could get a little bit further out into that second outer zone. But, man, look at how Carlton's car articulates. You can tell there's a lot of, like, race car thought and development into how that car just works on track, and man, does it ever work on track.
McDonald's car did not need speech therapy class in elementary school like some of us, but we'll take a look at from the top-down run. Dialed and ready to roll.
Was that because of the articulation?
Yes, that was. I'm glad you picked up on it.
Excellent. All right, so Chad Wilson, you see him, little left foot brake there, trying to keep that vehicle speed down, wheel speed up, keep that thing in drift. And look at Carlton right here. Not a lot of smoke to contend with, so he's able to see exactly what that lead driver's doing. He's got a better view of what's happening there. Could have timed that transition a little bit better, but hey, you know what? Finishing side by side, he felt that he was pretty good out there. Judges felt so as well, and Carlton McDonald's going to be moving on to the grade 8.
Great run. Well, we've got drivers in the top 8. We've still got one more round of 32
oh my
run
God,
to settle.
This is old stuff.
Robin Foster, Nick Jardine again still. Foster is the white BMW E30 with no hood. Jardine's the black and blue E36 M52. Bardal aboard Jardine. Robin Foster is aboard his own car, obviously. So let's settle this one, shall we?
I mean, this battle between these two is worth the price of admission right here. They've been going toe-to-toe, just blow to blow. It's awesome to see as Robin Foster now back and forth. Oh, no, Nick Jardine spinning out in the chase position. That lead driver, Robin Foster, hey, man, he finishes strong and in drift. And you got to think that maybe a little bit of fatigue is wearing on Nick Jardine.
Yeah, you know, definitely you tested enough many times. Something's bound to break eventually, and this time it was Jardine breaking the drift and going around. So that's good. Basically, it's now going to fall on Robin Foster, and his chase run is just going to have to basically run it clean and keep it close.
Absolutely. On this transition, let's see if we can see those front wheels. Nah, man, he just over-rotates. I was looking to see if those front wheels, if they stopped or slowed down to see if he, like, jammed on the brakes or something there. But it looks like the car just over-rotated, just didn't stop. So it's unfortunate for Nick, man. I mean, he's been driving great all day and just one little lapse there. But, hey, there's a second half of this battle. Anything can happen here as we're going to reverse the order. Nick's going to lead the way. Robin Foster going to chase him down.
That was a nice little slow-mo on the last look at it from the Seattle 11 camera crew. And now Robin's got to keep it close. Nick's definitely going to drive aggressive in this one.
All right, Nick doing a good job in that lead position. Robin Foster right there with him. I mean, keeping a pretty consistent distance throughout this course layout. Doing nice work there. And, I mean, Nick Jardine, hey, man, textbook lead run, but Robin Foster's right there. And when you make a big mistake, it's just going to get magnified more and more, especially when you got drivers that are this close in skill and car control.
Foster did a real good job just to keep it with him, getting real close off the high banks as they dive into the figure 8 course here. And Foster knew he just had to kind of put down a solid run, and Jardine would have to throw something real aggressive at him. Yeah,
Nick, I mean, Jardine is trying to get real aggressive in those zones, doing a nice job, but Robin Foster right there looking good. And you got to think, man, I mean, that's spinning out. That's the end of the day. Robin Foster, Mr. 4-Twomp himself, he's going to find himself, I think, just into the top 16. That was still a run of 32.
Yeah, that was our final round of 32. Now we're into the top 16 completely as Jonas Sturdy leads us with his gray 325 ISL09 and the Tint Shack machine against Leo Ban in his red, black, and white E36 JZ out of the Autobahn garage.
All right, a couple of BMW. Oh, Leon Ban, man, he shut it down before in that same spot. Jonas Sturdy looking very good. V8 power E36 coupe. Leon Ban, JZ powered E36 sedan. I mean, like to see all these BMWs, but you know, you got to be a little bit specific when you're talking about them. But you know what? Everyone knows these names. Jonas Sturdy out there in front. Leon Ban chasing them down. And right here, Leon, it looks like he just loses power in the car, but always got to keep that lead driver honest as, man, Jonas Sturdy finishing strong, big smoke line. It's weird how fast Leon's car kicks back on, so I don't know exactly what issues he was having here, but I mean, there's some big issues, and it might cost him a battle, and oh man,
yep,
I think it cost him right there. It looks like a mechanical failure, and he's supposed to lead the way, and so if he doesn't initiate, there's no run to be had. They left the start line, and it looks like that's going to be incomplete for Leon on probably both runs here in this battle.
Well, it's tough when mechanical comes into play, but that is it in this case. Jonas Sturdy's going to prance on into the next round easily. Tough break for Leon Band. Hopefully, whatever that is, he'll get it repaired for the next time you get a chance to come on out to DriftCon and see it live here at Evergreen Speedway. Jarrett Robertson's in his purple, white, and yellow 350Z against Nate Krieg in the green BMW E46 JZ, the Heartstock machine, and that's a lot of tire smoke early commitment from Krieg.
Dang, that's such a cool car. I like the way that this car works. I mean, it looks like he's just like standing on the skinny pedal and steering, and I like that about Nate Krieg out there. And Jarrett Robertson, man, doing a nice job of cutting through the smoke line. It's hard to see, man, but you know what? He's just out there, and he's gambling, doing what he can to stay close.
Well, Jarrett Robinson was gambling with that one. When I feel the need to go gambling, I go to our friends at Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. They have the best in, they are the official casino resort here at Evergreen Speedway. Angel of the Winds takes great pride in being the best in customer service, entertainment, lodging, fun, and gaming in the entire Northwest. Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. You can head on, check out their new RV resort as well. Lots of options coming to our friends. Thank you again to Angel of the Winds.
The RV resort is dope. They got yurts out there, and it's nice. They got a whole like pool set up, all kinds of amenities. It's a lot of fun out there. Bring the whole fam.
I need to go stay in a yurt. It's been
yurt.
I don't know how many years. So run number 2 now is Robertson is leading us, and this is a big time
tire
throwdown.
smoke battle here is wow. Jarrett Robertson say, hey, I see your smoke line. Check out this one, buddy. You choke on that thing just like I choked on yours.
Wow.
Oh my God, pause. But both these guys looking amazing out there. Let's see the replay out here. I was distracted when they came through the crossover, the infield, the power alley, whatever you want to call it, whatever nomenclature you want to assign to it. It looked fantastic as Jarrett Robertson out front doing a nice job. Nate Krieg trying to apply that pressure as they're coming through the power alley here, transitioning and just standing back on throttle. Big smoke lines from both these guys. Big pressure trying to be applied from Nate Krieg. But hey, Jarrett Robertson, seasoned professional out here, semi-professional, if you will, as they cross the finish line. Hey, man, It is too close to call. They had too much fun. Let's set it up again. Let's re-rack it for the crowd to see. But we're going to give them a minute to go change their tires, and we're going to move on to the next battle.
Yeah, that big-time tire smoke, one of the many reasons. We don't have smell-o-vision here on Seattle 11, so come on out and get a real big whiff of that rubber. We're getting laid down next time out here. This is where we're moving forward. Patrick Heald in his black neon S13 240 SX JZ in the Rev Up Energy machine, and Hans Luce in his oopsie Corvette, I called it earlier, the Tire Streets machine.
The oopsie Lucy Corvette?
Yeah, that thing is all over the place right now, but doing a real good job through regaining this section here on Heald.
Wow, it's wild how fast that car can move. And Patrick Heald, man, looking great out front, looking so confident out front as we got this sick drone replay as we come in, all cinematic-like, as Patrick Heald up front doing a nice job. That high line, getting those back tires on that white line at the very top of the bank. Big angle coming in through here. Now through this transition, I think Hans Luce has a little bit of a, he stands on the front brakes, kind of locks him up a little bit. But right here, he surges forward, tries to find the door with Patrick Heald Racing S13, and they cross the finish line side by side. Cool run, a little bit choppy, and a lot of stuff to consider for the judges.
Well, we'll flip it over and let Luce lead us here and see if he could maybe shake Heald off here, as Heald will be the chase car into the early initiation, and a big-time sweep guy, maybe a little low, but Heald right with him.
All right, good job from Hans Luce, man. That car looks dope, man. C5s that are dumped like that, like cool-looking cars. I'm glad to see that, like, the cost of them has come down low enough, and there's enough, like, it's parts being made to make them drift cars. And so they're out here looking cool. I mean, they already have God's drivetrain in them, so might as well just make them steer with the angle that all these S chassis have and have them out here competing. That's exactly what Hans Luce is doing out there. Lead position, big angle in that Corvette. Oh, man, Patrick Heald, for the first time, he's kind of playing catch-up just a little bit here as he's trying to follow that Corvette through. One last transition, side-by-side, door-to-door, tire smoke, cross the finish line. And it's Patrick Heald who's going to get the win, the 444 car.
Yeah, that was a good run for Heel. Just edged him out there, and we'll now move to our final round of 16 run. Garrett Theriault in the Camo RX-7 LS, the winner's circle machine, leading on this run. Robin Foster in the BMW E30 without a hood in the Robin Foster machine. And so Foster he's had about 3 times the run on the track that Theriault has had right now, with how many one more times he's had, but seeing if he can use that to his advantage with this run.
Yeah, so he's got to have that like muscle memory just working in that E30 BMW, Robin Foster does. But Garrett Theriault, I mean, seasoned vet out here in that FC RX-7, and looking good out front. A big feint initiation, kind of steered into the feint more than anything, but you know, he's got a good smoke line going. You can tell that he's committed on throttle. And Robin Foster, like to see him a little bit closer and a little bit more like able to anticipate those transitions happen. It looks like he's kind of more reactive in the chase position, but that might be because he's a little bit further back and maybe not as comfortable without his good friend Nick Jardine out there leading the way.
Yeah, different car this time, Robert, so you're having to try his best. So Robin leading us now. Theriault gonna chase him, and yeah, this is real tight. Theriault trying to get right to the door of Foster.
Yeah, lots of good stuff happening here as Robin Foster stand on the skate. Whoa, big angle from, oh no! Garrett Theriault snapping straight as Robin Foster out there in the lead position. Got to keep him honest. Ooh, he's getting real up close with that wall. Try not to be as honest as he needs to be, but man, keeps it in drift as he's crossing the finish line. And you know what? That's a big mistake from Garrett Theriault in the chase position.
Those are the kind of mistakes that can cost you runs and cost you advancing in this tournament. And Theriault is bringing in real look at how aggressive he's driving in this chase position here. And let's see what happens here as he comes into the figure 8 section.
That is the thing that I love about Garrett, is that he will never just try and leave it in the judge's hands. So he's always going to be aggressive. He's always going to try and push the pace. And unfortunately right there, it looks like it bit him on that one as Robin Foster in the 412 BMW is going to move on into the Great 8.
Well, we are going to move forward now. Our first round of 8 run. Avery Thomas was your highest ranked driver coming into the day in this purple 350 ZLS, the 425 Motorsports machine, running against Zach Farrar in his green Nissan. This is a top 10 battle as we move into the final 8.
Absolutely. So Zach Farrar is out here, and you know, he's treated as a bit of a yardstick, right? You know, he is a Formula Drift driver coming back to play with the locals, as man, the local Avery Thomas just kind of leaving him in the dust. I don't know if Zach got lost in the smoke line or what happened there, but our #1 qualifier looking smooth out front and looking like he's got an advantage going in the second half of this battle.
Yeah, so Farrar is going to need Thomas to essentially probably lose drift or have another big wipeout like that to be able to maybe get a one more time right now. We can see he's getting real aggressive and using those FD skills to get in real those big time smoke. And just as they come through this section here, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. He got aggressive, and it looks like he just kind of over-rotated. That is a huge point of contention on this track for a lot of drivers today, having a lot of issues as they're rotating that car for that first transition. I don't know if the track there, I'm not sure if the camber of it changes, and I'm not sure if it will, you know, change the way that the car wants to navigate through. It's tough, but you know, as we've seen, a lot of drivers having difficulty with this specific portion of the track. And you know what? Avery Thomas is not having difficulty in that chase position. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and man, he is real up close and personal with Zach Farrar in that chase position. Zach lays down a heater of a lead run, but Avery Thomas is right there with him.
And Thomas showing why he was the highest ranked driver coming into competition today. And Farrar, this is a great lead run for the Pro Spec driver, and well, it's just, you know, if he doesn't lose it in there in that first run, we might be talking about something different.
Oh, yeah, good transition from both these guys. And look at that. Zach Farrar is just committed on throttle. He's trying to put down that showy run that we know him and we love him for. But Avery Thomas just on one today, right on his door, crossing the finish line and moving on to the Grade 8.
Well, Avery Thomas moves on. We're going to keep it rolling here. Evergreen Speedway Home Track Heroes back with more DriftCon action. Well, we are back and getting set for more tire squealing action here. Ben White, Ben Iman, going to keep on rolling. We're going to open up, Ben, here with a one more time from the round of 16 between Nate Krieg and Jarrett Robertson.
Yeah, just full tire smoke battle here from these guys on the first one, but we're going to etch-a-sketch everything out of our brain. One more time battle here. We're re-racking it, and Nate Krieg's leading the way. He's setting the pace out front. Ooh, a little double pump initiation there in that green E46 BMW as Jarrett Robertson's going to chase him down, try and push him through this course. And, man, both these guys real aggressive as Jarrett cuts through that smoke line. Doing a nice job in the chase positions. Nate Krieg looking great. Big angle. Oh, too much angle as he comes through on that inner clip. Oh, and that's going to be a big deficit for Nate as he was the lead driver. He was setting the pace, and unfortunately, he didn't complete the run.
A tough break for that Hartstock E46, and Robertson definitely is going to get the advantage into the second run. Let's take a look here at Krieg's first run. It was looking so good until it wasn't.
It was looking good. He had a little bit of a double pump initiation, but he got that car stepped out, and, you know, everything was going fine here, looking good. Jarrett Robertson definitely applying the pressure here, doing a nice work, cutting through the smoke line, getting a safe transition, falling right back in the pocket. And, man, Nate Krieg, we love him for that tire smoke and that angle, but poured on a little bit too much as he came across that inner clip.
Yeah, the inner clip's going to cost Krieg there, and saying hi to some of the amazing,
yeah, what up, Juan?
Some of the
what
amazing,
up, buddy?
Some of the amazing photographers and other creatives out here, and appreciating a good chance to come on out and showcase their skills with DriftCon on the HIGHLINE shootout. Let's flip it over and let Robinson lead.
All right, Jarrett Robertson could be a little bit higher on the bank. Would like to see him there as Nate Krieg, he knows that he's got a deficit. He's going to try and apply the pressure here. But, man, Jarrett Robertson, that's a little bit too much of a gap if you want to apply the pressure and try and make up for a mistake here, Nate Krieg, as Jarrett's looking great, looking smooth, looking calm out front. And, man, he's looking confident. Looks like he wants to get into the next round.
Yeah, we will see here. And this is a really kind of strong lead from Robertson.
Interesting thing there. He went through the chicane, and the lead driver is not supposed to hit cones, but I don't know if that was necessarily something talked about in the drivers' meeting, if there's a reset, a re-rack on hitting the cones. I mean, when you watch the big boys, the Formula Drift guys, if they hit a cone, they reset it. I don't know if we're following that rule. I don't know if I'm just talking crazy out my mouth right here, but Jarrett Robertson, Nate Krieg crossed the finish line, and Jarrett Robertson looks like he's going to cross into the final four.
Into the round of 8. That was
round of 8.
That was a.
Oh my God! All these guys are stuck in the past. We're in the now, man.
Well, we are moving on to that round of 8. This is a strong one. Carlton McDonald and Dario Reddick here, the lineman on board Reddick's black and teal Nissan 240SX, and McDonald's got nitrous outlet aboard his Ford Mustang.
Absolutely, man. These guys have seen battle quite a few times, not only in our series, but up in Spec D in Canada. And oh, a little boopsie as Carlton McDonald gets a little bit aggressive there as, you know what, Dario Reddick transitioned and took out the front end of that Ford Mustang of Carlton McDonald. Let's look at it again, and we could talk about it a little bit, right? So the lead driver, they set the pace, and they navigate through the course, and they're setting up where the chase driver is trying to go, all right? But also the chase driver needs to give enough space for that lead driver to transition. So you see how Carlton backed off there, gave enough room for Dario to transition on that first one. Now on the second one, there wasn't enough room there, so as Dario transitioned around, he caught the front end of Carlton McDonald. Looks like he took out a tie rod as those tires are not both facing the same direction. So that's unfortunate for him. He took a 5-minute timeout. He was able to get the car repaired with the help of his crew. It takes a team to keep these cars on track, and now Carlton's got to go out there, do his thing, and he's got confidence out there out front. Looking very nice, but you know what? Sitting on a deficit here is Dario Reddick. You know, he's being aggressive. He is in the picture right there as Carlton McDonald. Doing what he can, man. He has got that Ford power, that blue oval just singing out there on track, but it might be a little bit too little here in this battle against a guy like Dario Reddick.
Yeah, that might be just a little bit too much to overcome after that first initial run and the deficit McDonald was into, and get a high swooping look here as the initiation point off the 3.8.
Feel like I'm in Top Gun right now. Just flying right in with Carlton and Dario. Man, Carlton, big angle in that Ford Mustang. You could tell he's on throttle, committed, doing what he can, but you know what? Dario's calm, he's collected, and he's moving on.
Yeah, Dario Reddick into the final 4, and next up, Patrick Heald in the Rev Up Energy S13, and Robin Foster's made his way into the top 8 in his Robin Foster hoodless machine.
I mean, Robin Foster's got like 3 times as many runs as anyone on this track today, and looking great out there. Patrick Heald, the higher qualified driver, he's leading the way. He's setting the pace first as Robin Foster, taking a bit of an inside line, cutting the course. Like to see him run it a little bit wide and definitely follow what that lead car is doing, so long as that lead car is on track, and that's what Patrick Heald is doing right now. Navigating through, looking great in that S chassis, crossing the finish line. And I mean, that's a good run from that lead driver, Patrick Heald.
That was a good run from Heald. Foster definitely looks like there was a few spots he could have maybe tried to get a bit more aggressive and close up, but he's going to maybe just try to flip it over and catch up in his lead run.
Yeah, who knows? Fatigue might be wearing on him too, because I mean, this is kind of uncharacteristic from Robin Foster here. And you got to think, we talked about how many runs he's had on this track. Well, he might be burning through tires, and he might be on like reserve sets right now. And you know, a lot of these drivers try and stay consistent, try and keep like the same size type of tire, but he might be running through and just going, I don't know what I got left, and he might have some random Federals from 2008 on the back here now. Who knows? But you know, it was kind of just an uncharacteristic car movement from him coming off the bank. So it was weird, but now he's out front. He's looking great out front. Big angle from him. Could be a little bit wider. I think Patrick Heald was taking the ideal line there. As you see, man, Robin Foster just kind of sliding, kind of washing out as he's going through those transitions. Patrick Heald looking very steady out there.
Yeah, Heald was right on him and definitely looked real close as they come in here. Let's take a look. They initiate here, and you can see Heald doing a real good job giving him the space transition, but wow, really closing up through that zone.
Yeah, so you could tell there's just a little bit of inconsistency in Robin Foster's driving out front in that E30 BMW. And you know what? Patrick Heald taking full advantage of it. He's been consistent all day, and he's just going to move right on into the Final Four.
Final Four he goes. So we have 2 drivers in, 2 still to settle. And let's take a look here. Next up, Jonah Sturdy in his gray 325 IS, the Tint Shack machine, and Jarrett Robertson in that purple and yellow 350Z.
So Jarrett Robertson knows that Jonah Sturdy is fast, so he's going to do what he can, and he's very good at adapting to what his his competitor does, right? We saw the big smoke line, big angle from Craig. He kind of matched that, and now he's doing a good job of matching the speed here, trying to get a hold of, and over-rotating and maybe coming off course there as he was trying to get a hold of Jonah Sturdy and put him in a full Nelson.
Yeah, definitely tough break there, but you know what, if you're not out drifting, you want to get outside, a great way to do it is at Nelson Motorsports. Nelson Motorsports in Snohomish offers a full-service sales and repair shop. Great prices on ATVs, quads, go-karts, motocross bikes, scooters, golf carts, and more. Make Nelson Motorsports your one-stop center for motorized ATV fun. Nelson Motorsports, the proud sponsor of the Evergreen Speedway Youth Hornet Division, and full Nelsons, Nelson Motorsports. It all works out in the end.
I tried to set you up with full Nelson.
I grabbed it halfway through the read.
I know. It's okay. We'll get the next one. All right, but hey, this is the next one for Jarrett Robertson. They might not be another one because he's sitting on a deficit. He snap oversteered when he was doing the last transition on his chase run, so now in his lead run. Wow, Jonah Sturdy is applying the pressures. Jarrett Robertson looking great on the lead run, coming a little bit inside there. And we'll have to take a look at the replay. We got this replay, and we can really dissect it here. As you see, Jonah Sturdy's rear bumper was all twisted. Oh, man, it's just hanging on for dear life right out the get-go as they take a middle line initiation on the bank. Like to see him initiate and stay high. You know, I don't know if this was a tactic or I don't know if this just happened out there. As, man, this drone is just trying to get all up close and personal, getting that smoke line with these 3. Now it's 3 drivers, it feels like, with that drone in tandem. But, man, crazy run here. But you got to think the judges are going to go with Jonah Sturdy here to move on into the Final Four.
Well, we have set our Final Four, and now we have to get set into who's going to run for a title today. Right now, our first Final Four run, Avery Thomas in the purple 350 LS, the 425 Motorsports machine. Dario Reddick, the black and teal Nissan 246, the X, the Lime. Here we go. First run for the Final Four.
Absolutely. And of our Final Four drivers, we have 3 of the 4 highest qualifiers in that group. So unbelievable job. You could tell consistency was put on display here today as Avery Thomas, big angle in that lead position in that 425 Motorsports 350Z, and Dario Reddick right there looking seasoned, looking veteran-like, and looking right next to his door. Looked like he was trying to climb in the passenger seat of that Z in that S chassis.
That would be some sort of Fast and Furious move.
I'm down for it. Okay, as soon as we get to like DriftCon 9, Drift Furious 9 or whatever, then we can start to have the Dom Torettos jumping from window to window. We can go under some semi-trucks. We got to get some semi-trucks, some Civics, and some DVD players, and then we can really put it on display.
But just remember, it's all about family in the end.
That's right. Damn.
And we'll get set run number 2. Reddick will lead us now for this one, and it was a good run for both of them. Thomas, who was the highest ranked driver of the day and has been almost eased his way into his final 4, is going to have a real good run here with Reddick.
All right, so chasing him down, Reddick, man, he's so consistent out front, looks great. Whoa, big snap over from Avery Thomas. And oh man, that's a mistake from him, and that's the first time that we've seen all day. That's uncharacteristic. That's not what we're expecting there, but he knows who he's going against, and he knows that he was trying to take it out of the judge's hands, do something crazy, and you know what? It was just a little too crazy.
He laid it all out there, an uncharacteristic mistake for Avery Thomas, but did a good job recovering, but with this being his chase run, it might just be too little too late.
Yeah, they're dead even on that first set of runs, and right here, one of these drivers is trying to do something to sway the needle in their favor, right? So Avery Thomas here just snaps on a little bit too much angle and finds himself directed at the inside of the course. Not necessarily the way you want to go, especially when you're chasing what that lead driver's doing. They're not doing that, and you know what? The lead driver is doing that thing where he's going into the finals. Dario Reddick finds himself a berth, guaranteed podium spot, and now we need to see who he's going to go against.
Well, Dario Reddick's going to potentially battle for a win. We have to find out who he's fighting for now. It's Jonah Sturdy and Patrick Heald, the Tin Shack Gray 325 IS versus the Rev Up Energy 240 SX.
Great initiation there from Jonah Sturdy. He got to angle. He held it right there, doing nice work, getting out into those outer zones, and man, almost leaving Patrick Heald in the dust right here. As you can tell, a lot of speed built into that E36 BMW of Jonah Sturdy. As he is out there, he's established a bit of a gap on Patrick Heald, and you know what? Patrick Heald just holding on for the ride.
Yeah, Heald was maybe a little bit more conservative there in his chase run and left a bit more of a gap than desired, so maybe some points left on the table for him, but he's going to get a chance to lead.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Is Patrick Heald just kind of getting off it, maybe getting a little bit lost in the smoke line and kind of losing his place on track and trying to figure out where he's at. And by the time that happens, hey, if you have to stop to think, man, you're going to get left in the dust, and that's exactly what happened here as Jonah Sturdy got a little bit of a gap established, looking great out front. It's not like he's just straight lining it and just trying to leave him behind. He's got a lot of angle built into that car,
Whoa.
and he's going fast while doing it. So great job there. Jonah Sturdy, oh man, in the chase position, throwing on big angle on initiation, finding himself driving towards the inside. Not ideal there, and so we're going to have to see exactly what happened on the replay there, but right now applying the pressure. And wow, good mimic there, and oh! Jonah Sturdy, oh no! There's two mistakes. Two things happened there. Two things happened. We're going to have to go to the replay. A lot of stuff happened.
All right, lot to break down here. You can see into the initiation goes Sturdy, and it's like he had to catch it, caught him to get low, trying to close the gap here on Heald.
So we'll watch as they come through on the infield on the power alley here. This last transition. So Jonah Sturdy is trying to apply the pressure, and he goes in a little too deep. When he does, he hits Patrick Heald. Patrick Heald makes contact with the wall. Unfortunately for Sturdy, he's out. Patrick Heald moves on, and we're going to move on as well.
Well, Patrick Heald will take that win and run for a title when we come back on Home Track Heroes Seattle 11. Well, Home Track Heroes is back on Seattle 11. We are getting set. We're down to our championship battle, but before we can get to crown a champion, we've got third and fourth. Ben White, Ben Iman here. We're going to take a look at that third-fourth battle to start. Avery Thomas, Jonah Sturdy for a final time, the 425 Motorsports driver, and Thomas, the Tin Shack driver, and Sturdy.
Thomas, the Tin Shack driver, eh?
Sturdy, the Tin Shack driver.
Sturdy, the Tin Shack driver.
Yeah.
I was hoping for some alliteration.
Yeah, I know.
That's more fun for me. Anyways, we got Sturdy, the Tin Shack driver. shredding out there. These are 1 and 2 qualifiers right here in a battle. You can't draw it up any better than that for the last podium spot, as Avery Thomas looking very good out front in that 425 Motorsports 350Z. And man, Jonas Sturdy in the Tint Shack E36 looking great in the back. Dude,
wow.
This is a battle for the ages right here.
This is a great one. Again, both these drivers so consistent all day. Just one mistake cost them in their final 4 runs, puts them in this battle here for 3rd and 4th, and Thomas and Sturdy are leaving no crumbs on the table.
Absolutely, man. Thomas showing you why he's the #1 qualifier right here. Putting the back of his car in all the right places, and look at that. Jonas Sturdy, nice and aggressive in the chase position, trying to touch a door with his tire, doing what he can. But look at that side-by-side, door-to-door action, just covering that car show and tire smoke. That's what we like to see.
We'll flip him over now, and we'll let Sturdy lead us here into the initiation, and Thomas is going to be the chase car, and this the battle for 3rd.
Yeah, nice solid initiation there from Jonas Sturdy, as he is just running away right now. And ooh, might be running his way off course as he's taking out those poor cones in that outer #2 and outer #3, just spitting out more cones. Man, what did they do to you, man? Just got a personal vendetta, it looks like, against those cones specifically. As man, exceeding track limits maybe, but Avery Thomas doing what he's supposed to do, keeping it on track though. As we'll watch through, we might be able to catch Jonas Sturdy. Oh man, it's hard to see exactly where he was on track limits, but you gotta think if he's puking out cones from outer 2 in outer 3, that's no bueno, sir.
Well, he went flying into that initiation into outer 1, and we will see here what the judges are going to come up with. It looks like, yep, there it is, Avery Thomas, 3rd place today to our top qualifier, and a little consolation prize for him. But here we are, the championship battle, the one we were looking for. Dario Reddick is going to lead us here, that black and teal Nissan that is sponsored by the Lime. Patrick Heald, his black and neon rev-up energy machine. This is for all the marbles.
All right, good initiation from nothing crazy on initiation. Both of them just look like they kind of steered in, and Patrick Heald is just hunting doors right now. Is Dario Reddick out front doing a nice job in Sparkles, his Sparkle machine, his old trusty steed out there, and looking great. Good angle from him, but again, nothing crazy, man. They're both calm and collected out there. They're not trying to go exceed anything crazy, right? They're not trying to be crazy out here. They're looking solid, and it look like they're having a bunch of fun.
Yeah, they're having a bunch of fun. Well, race fans, a reminder to you that Good Guys Heating, Air, and Electricals, your locally owned HVAC professionals. No job too big or too small for the team at Good Guys Heating, Air, and Electrical. Serving the entire North Sound region. Give them a call. And these two guys, both of them, good guys.
They are good guys out here. They're in the finals, man. And I mean, door-to-door action, you could see that you could barely, on that transition through the power alley, Patrick Heald real aggressive, almost making contact, but doing it just right. So neither of their cars got disrupted. That's what we like to see. Patrick Heald now in the lead position, got that clean air in front of him, looking great out front. And Dario, man, he is applying the pressure. LS power for Dario, JZ power for Patrick Heald. Both these S13 hatches out here doing work. Bumper sweeping on transition, coming into that last outer, looking great, crossing the finish line. Woo! This is it. This is for the finals. Who's going to take that top podium spot?
That one was real tight, and Dario Reddick really applying the pressure as the chase car, but Heald stayed cool as a cucumber in the lead.
Yeah, dancing it in was Patrick Heald, doing a nice job there, so kind of showing off some car control, but Dario Reddick doing the same in that chase position as he is just hunting them down. Both these guys, man, putting their cars in all the right places, doing exactly what the judges want them to do. And that bumper sweep transition there from Dario, just a little cherry on top. So send it to the judges. Oh, man, the judges think it's too close to call in the finals. They're going to go one more time.
Well, let's try it again. Dario to lead us in the one more time for the final battle. He'll initiate and lead us in. Heald the chase car.
All right, here we go. So this is the question here. It's like, how much do you want to turn it up? Do you got to turn up and try and do something crazy, or just fine tune what you're doing? And both these guys, seasoned vets out here, got a lot of laps on this track. They're just going to keep fine tuning it and see if they can find just a little bit extra to sway that needle in their favor. But man, this is textbook drift action out here as Dario Reddick, great lead run, and Patrick Heald just stuck to him throughout the duration of the course.
Yeah, I don't think there was any separation between the two of them on this last run. Dario really sends in this initiation early, keeping it high banked, and Patrick almost getting that tire up on the door.
Absolutely. Bunch of left foot brake from both these guys, trying to keep those cars dialed in, massage them to each other's door. One of them massaged it to the outer zones. One of them massaged it to the door of his competitor. Great job from both of them here. A lot of fun to watch as they're crossing the finish line. This is a finals battle. This is exactly what we wanted to see here at the DriftCon HIGHLINE Shootout.
Here we go. Now we'll flop it over. Healed will be the leader. This one, could this be the all the marbles run as Dario's chasing him here and got it real tight into the initiation.
Wow, Dario, look at that. Little fine tuning, applying the pressure here, doing a great job. Patrick Healed, he's got to be feeling it. Don't look, Patrick. Just concentrate on what you're doing. Absolutely is, and look at that. Wow, diving into the pocket is Dario Reddick. Door-to-door action here as they're crossing the finish line. Hands out the window. A bunch of stoke happening inside these cars. They're pumped. I'm pumped. Are you pumped?
I'm speechless the way that these two left it all out on the table here in this run. Style points in my book for the hand out the window. I don't know if that applies with the judges at all, but wow, look at how tight these two are racing. Toit like a toiga.
Absolutely, and look at that. I mean, it's just fine tuning, right? Just a little bit of fine tuning, doing it 5% better here, a little bit there. Diving in here is Dario Reddick. I mean, it's too close for me to call, but it sounds like the judges have made a decision. Let's throw it down to Danger Ben White. Order of the day. So let's start with the HIGHLINE Shootout. So up first, we could talk to third place. We know who third place is, and so we'll bring up Avery Thomas. So Avery Thomas, come on up here. Dude, big high fives up top, okay? Because look, man, you went out there, you qualified first, you looked amazing all day, and I mean, what went into that? Is it a little bit of luck? Is it a lot of skill, or what are we going to chalk it up to?
A lot of practice. On the sim. Specifically on the sim.
Specifically on the sim. So, I mean, we see more and more that the sim is translating into real life, and you feel like, I mean, that's where you get that cheap seat time, and it's translating out to here real nice?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you went out there, you qualified number one. I'm sure that was 100% part of the plan. And then I was told that they tried to interview you right after qualifying and talk to you about it, but you declined. Care to elaborate?
No.
That's what I expect. I figured that he was just in the zone, didn't want anyone messing with the mojo. And look, throughout the day, man, it was so solid, everything out there. And then who did you battle in the Final Four? Who was it? Was it Dario?
Dario.
It was Dario, okay. And so just a little bit of a flub there, but then you got into the third place battle. And so what was the mentality when you went into third place? Was there anything that changed in the game plan?
Not really, no. Just went into it expecting pretty much what I have expected when battling Jonah, and sort of turned out how I expected, but not really.
So going up against
Jonah's really quick. So
that's what I was about to say. Is we're watching him, and he is noticeably fast out there. So when you're lining up next to him, like how much do you tweak to your game plan? Do you just understand that that's what's going to happen in the chase positions, that you're going to have to put that skinny pedal down, and then what does it change for you when you go to the lead position?
Yeah, it was absolutely skinny pedal all the way down to the floor. It was really tough to keep up, and going into lead, I knew I just had to put down like the most baller lead run.
Well, it turns out you're pretty good at putting down baller lead runs, considering that you qualified first here. So awesome job all day. It was a treat to watch you out there. Is there anyone that you got to thank who keeps you out here on track, keeps the car, and keeps you happy?
Absolutely, my parents right there, and of course 425 Motorsports and AE Race, my tuner and wiring specialist.
Awesome, excellent. Big round of applause here for Avery Thomas, third place today. Grab that check. Yeah, just golf claps, not too loud. Just hold on. All right, so we got these two up here, finals battle. Let's talk to Patrick Healed first, because, man, a lot of cool driving all day. I mean, what was the mentality, what was the thought process going into the day, and what led to your success?
I'm always out here to have a good time, but after taking a loss to Carlton in round 1 on my first battle, I kind of had a fire lit under me, so I came out here to win, man.
Well, it was awesome to watch, like all day, super competitive here. And in the battle that you had with Jonas Sturdy, it was hard for us to tell. It looked like there was a little bit of contact that sent you into the wall. I just want to get like a little bit of your thoughts on that battle and what transpired, what happened there.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what Jonah's spotter had been telling him, but right at that spot, right where he made contact with me, I had been coming around, transitioning, and then just tapping the e-brake to set the car. And right as I tapped the e-brake, he got into the back of me, and then that caused me to go into the wall. So.
Well, I don't know if you saw exactly what happened, but it's not like the front of his car went into you. He was already spinning that sucker around, and it looked like he breathed on your quarter panel and just sent you that like extra 6 inches, man. And it's like, hey, look, when we're telling you to run these walls and stuff like that, breathing on it and sending you that little bit more is going to take it out. So is the car okay? A little bit worse for wear, but not too bad?
Yeah, I mean, it's got some wall paint on it, and the bash bar took a dent, but I mean, no, it's good. It's good.
That's all part of it, right? That's part of coming out here, competitive drifting. And then you had it one more time in the finals, right? So there's a little bit of deliberation out here, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Don't let me forget about it. But when you have a one more time like that, and especially when it's in the finals, and you have a game plan all day, are you going in there and trying to wick that thing up? Are you trying to turn it way up? Or are you just trying to refine what you're doing?
I already felt like I had a little speed on Dario in my first battle, and I knew that he was probably going to go back and wick his up a little bit, so I just left my car how it was, and my goal was to just try to match his angle and match his line and be right with him just a little bit closer, because I did make a couple mistakes in our first battle where I thought I could clean it up.
Cool, man. Well, it was awesome. Tell us, who keeps you on track, who keeps you happy, who keeps the car running, and keeps Patrick running as well.
Hey, I rev up energy. Love
Labels
these guys.
out. Labels out.
Yeah, you got to get labels out. Zeknova tire. My dad, he's been racing with me for 15 years. I don't know, I'm old. My family, my wife, my kids. Link ECU. Andy's welding service. I know I'm probably gonna forget some people, but I'm trying. Put me on the spot. Everybody that helps me, man. My crew, Brian, Devin, everybody. Thanks, guys.
All right, he loves you, and if he didn't say your name, he's going to buy you a steak dinner, all right? So that's how it goes. Big round of applause here for Patrick Hield, killing it out there on track in that finals. Now we'll go to Dario. So Dario, to start the day, your dad was sure to let me know that you dynoed your car and told me it made 250 horsepower, 260 horsepower, somewhere around there. So how much are you sandbagging that number?
So actually that is a lie. No. Okay.
Gotcha.
But originally, it made like 240 on the dyno. We got it to Mike over at Apex Performance and Fab. He's been super busy, but he squeezed us in. Got it a little over 300. I think like 307.
That's all you need, right? Apparently that's all you need. A little left foot brake, keep that wheel speed up, keep the vehicle speed down, and it seems like it works. And I mean, you brought Sparkle out here. Was there any deliberation between bringing Sparkle, the tried and true S chassis, or bringing the FD out here?
The deliberation was that the FD blew the motor in Canada.
Where's Rushetsky? Where's those Canadians at? Got something to say. So we're getting that thing back together, but I mean, we're not upset. I mean, you got cars galore, and if all else fails, right, you're just going to bring the Viper out and get that thing going, right?
They got insurance out here.
Insurance, come on, Dad. Let him take the Viper. Give him the keys to the car, Dad. All right, so hey, I asked Patrick the same question. I ask you the question as well. So like, when you go into a one more time battle, and especially in the finals, what's the mentality there? Are you trying to wick it up? Are you trying to change a whole lot? Or are you just trying to do some little fine tuning out there?
Definitely fine tuning. I knew I could take like a little bit more speed. I dropped the pressure like 2 or 3 PSI, nothing crazy to keep up with him. And I knew right after I came out the first battle, I did a good lap, but I was like, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. On my initiation, I like reached for the handbrake and then didn't grab it. And I was like, okay, I got to clean this up. And I feel like I cleaned it up on the second one.
Man, you cleaned it up. It was awesome to watch. So take us through, thank the people who keep you out here, keep you happy, and keep that car on the track running as good as it does.
Well, we got the Rev Up Energy in the hand. They came on board recently. They've been helping us out. And I got to thank my family because I've been just like so busy recently between school and travel, and I wasn't home this last week, but my parents and my dad's friend Cam McCracken just like knocked everything out. We felt like this wasn't going to be enough car to like be able to be competitive in every battle, so they threw a cam in over the weekend. That's how we got it past 240 up to 300, 307. And they spent all week getting that done, got it up to Mike at Apex and got it tuned. And then last night I was doing some runs and the clutch was slipping like bad. Like I couldn't keep it in drift on the bank. So last night we did a clutch.
Dang.
I needed to sleep because I've been up for 24 hours at this point. I got 1 hour nap before practice yesterday. So I went to bed at midnight. My dad and Cam stayed up till like 2 or 3, finishing the the clutch, got it swapped, and out here with a new clutch in it, and
That's awesome.
we performed.
That's awesome. Big props to Dad. Big props to the whole team for getting you out here, keeping you happy. So right now, I mean, no one knows who first place is. So we got to tell them, all right? So first place today at the HIGHLINE Shootout is going to be Dario Reddick. Dario Reddick taking home first. That means Patrick Heel coming in second place. A hard-fought battle for these two. And an awesome job there.
Well, congratulations to Dario Reddick on his win in the entire top 3, Ben. That was quite a good run on the HIGHLINE Showdown.
It was awesome. I mean, seeing them do the classic 3/8 course justice, it makes my heart happy. But we're not done, dude.
No, we're not done at all. We got some team tandem action here to finish off the night here on Home Track Heroes, and this is starting with Team Good Enough. And who's aboard these cars here?
Who's on board these cars? So out front, it looks like we got Sam Jardine, and then we've seen Nick Jardine and Kyle Higa earlier today. They're part of this team tandem group, and they're out here shredding. Normally we see Sam Jardine out there in a Volvo, but he left that thing at home, and he's borrowing Kyle Higa's E36 sedan that we know Kyle Higa for, but he's like, hey, I got my comp car out here. Let's have all E36s out here, and let's hope that, it wows the crowd and adds a little bit more to the aesthetic of Team Good Enough.
Team Good Enough asking the question after run number 1 if that was good enough, but we have to see who they're competing against still, so they won't know for a little bit, but a good run there on this course here. And so let's take a look. The team they're battling here is Team Gridlock.
All right, so we talk about their competitors, right? So previously, during the HIGHLINE Shootout, everyone that's on track was competing against each other, right? But now when we see these cars on track, they're working with each other, all right? It's a team tandem thing. So we saw Team Good Enough, and now they're going up against Team Gridlocked here. That's going to feature Darren Benz, Tino Ziba, Chad Wilson, and Tanner Emery. So I'm not exactly sure. I know Tanner's out front, and then after that, you can decide where these cars go. They've decided based on a variety of factors, but they're out here working together, working as a team, and trying to find a spot on a podium.
Chad Wilson is bringing up the rear, and so I don't know if it has any kind of real, I'm sure for them it matters where they place these cars. For us, from a commentating and judging standpoint, I don't know that it has a massive effect who runs where, but
not entirely, and there's a lot of different fields of thought of how you want to do this, right? So you can put the slowest car out front. That way, you can use a horsepower crutch in the second, third, and fourth position to try and maintain some proximity and make it look good. You could put the most consistent driver out front, especially if all the cars are similar in build, horsepower, and setup. You put the most consistent driver out front, and then that way you have, someone good to play off of and to follow their line and whatever they're going to do. And then drivers 2, 3, and possibly 4 can do whatever they want, try and put some proximity on them, and try and put on a good show for the fans out here at DriftCon.
Good Enough putting a strong run number 2
Looks
down
good,
here.
dude.
Yeah, a real good run there from the Jardines and Higa, and this is definitely going to be strong. They were seated second coming into the team tandem competition, so no surprise here that they're showing off their skills, and I think their name might be a bit misleading for those who don't know.
Yeah, it's like the 400-pound guy you name Tiny, right?
Exactly.
It's just one of the they humble, right?
Exactly.
They good enough, they humble, but it's like, man, you guys looking pretty solid out here. I like what I'm seeing, a little left foot brake from these cars, and look at that, stacked up 3 wide coming across the finish line, and this is one more run for Gridlock, and then it's going to go into the judges' hands here, so let's see what Gridlock does with Tanner Emery leading the way. and Darren Betts. I got beef with Tanner and Darren because at least Tanner had a black car previously, but now his car is green, and so I was upset to find out it was green, and I couldn't stop talking about it like when I saw it, and I still can't stop talking. He's living in my head rent-free with that green E46 out front.
Well, you hear to hear first, folks. Ben White hates the color green, so if you're, I don't know, after anyone's lucky charms, you might want to take cover if you're around the Super Speedway of the West on a drift day. But let's take a look at this run again. It was a strong run from these four, and do they get any more points for having an extra car?
Not necessarily, but you just get like more homies in the mix, and there's just more fun to be had kind of thing.
Oh, okay, I can get behind that.
It is definitely more impressive when you have that fourth car, when you have that extra member, because you got to think like all the, you know, adjustments that get made, they become exponential as you get further and further through. This is a great set of runs here, but it looks like Team Good Enough is going to get the win here.
Well, we are going to take a break now and go to commercial. Evergreen Speedway Home Track Heroes will return. Well, it's closing time here on Home Track Heroes. We've got our set of final runs here for the Team Tandem Tournament, and to close out Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Ben Iman here with Ben White. We're looking at Goon Squad on track as they're laying down their opening run here.
They're just unreal, man. Like the Goon Squad running 4 deep, black and chrome, no liveries this year. We got John Weagle out front. We got John Daniel, Julio Loesch, and we got Junior Chun. We got the return of Junior out here, and let's see if we get some strobes from him later in the day. That's run number 1 from them. This is the finals of Team Tandem here, so we got 3rd place figured out. Good Enough took that 3rd place spot. We need to figure out 1 and 2 here as they're going up against the Ratchet Slayers. So Goon Squad versus the Ratchet Slayers. That's who you see out here. And so out front, we got Eric Horsch, we got Leon Ban, and then we got Jarrett Robertson there. And man, these guys have been looking solid all day. They've been turning it up a little bit every round, and right here in the finals, they've been looking as good as they have all day.
Yeah, Ratchet Slayers, excuse me. This is a strong opening run. It's going to be tough to compete. Goon Squad has been the favorite coming into the day. They were the hot #1 seed coming into the tournament. But given it as a real strong as we take a look at our drone shot. Again, one more big time more shout out for Zero Sympathy FPV and Armani FPV for these amazing drone shots you've seen all throughout Home Track Heroes today.
Yeah, it looks unbelievable. I mean, they're now the 4th one in tandem. They're part of the team right here, these drone pilots, doing an amazing job getting up close and personal. And man, Ratchet Slayers looking very solid out here. I think Jarrett Robertson is like the OG Ratchet Slayer here, and he's bringing in homies. He's making it look good, and man, they look awesome right now. I mean, they might have an answer for what Goon Squad's laying down here.
The cars say Goon on them. I didn't even notice that the first time.
Yeah,
so.
That's all they got for stickers is just like the Goon in the middle. That's the only way you could tell. Other than that, just all business, black and chrome out there, and just look at, dang, stacked up 4 deep like that, and look at that. It looked like Junior has the strobes. When Junior's got the strobes, you know he's feeling it out there on track, looking great, transitioning. He's diving in. All these guys, man, unbelievable work right here, and showing you why they're 300-time champions of team tandems in the nation. From here, from West Coast to East Coast to anywhere you've ever seen, they just putting their shields up, being champions everywhere.
Well, I can tell you that these guys are using parts from GreenShields, your trusted local family-owned store since 1953. They specialize in brake lines, clutch lines, and high-performance lines for these drift cars and competitive racing. When precision matters most, GreenShields delivers unmatched quality and reliability. The proud sponsor of the Evergreen Drift program here, GreenShields Industrial, and again, they have putting their shields up, not having to play much defense, because that was a really strong run.
Nah, they working together, right? They got it in formation with those shields. They got it all locked up, dude. Looking great. So, I mean, that's the end of Goon Squad. They put their 2 runs down. Now we got one more run here from Ratchet Slayers. Let's see what they're laying down. Eric Horsch out front in that weird Digi camo livery 350Z out front. It almost looks like it's one of those test liveries or something like that. But, I mean, the driving is amazing. These guys are set up. Oh, yeah, and they know who they're going against, right? So they're going to be real aggressive. Last run of the day, can't hold anything back now. and they're looking pretty solid.
They left it all out there for sure. Let's take a look at Ratchet Slayer's final run here as we jump into the quad box.
Let's go, dude.
So we're actually going to look at all the runs simultaneous. Goon Squad on one side, Ratchet Slayers on the other, and Goon Squad, I'm sorry to Ratchet Slayers, those cars just look like they're all chained together.
Right, and it's consistent all the way through, right? So it's not like the gap is expanding and contracting. It's pretty consistent all the way through. All the cars match, black on chrome, getting you home. It's looking great. I mean, all these teams look great. It looked fantastic. Let's throw it to Danger Ben White to see who's going to go to the podium. Oh, no, we got some celebratory donies first. We got to get them donies done.
Well, Goon Squad going to try not to touch the tip of their cars together here as they burn it down in celebration, and neither will Ratchet Slayers. As now Ben White will throw it down to Danger Ben White.
So, Kyle, you don't fit the paint scheme anymore. All right, so is there serious conversations that are going to have to be had about this, or are we cool with just going black and blue out there?
Well, kinda. I mean, the blue car wasn't supposed to drive in it, but.
Oh, so there is two different cars. So this is a different car from what you've previously been driving, but then what happened to the other car?
Sam's driving it.
I was driving. Sam was driving it.
They're both out
Well,
there.
then where's Sam? Oh, Sam had the Volvo. Where the Volvo at?
Still getting work done.
What do you mean still getting work done? Don't they just run for 100,000 miles and you just do whatever with them?
Well, I was stupid and decided to put it on a Link ECU, so.
I wouldn't call that stupid. I would call that it ain't working yet. Okay, we're innovating, right? We're innovating with Link ECU. You're saying, is it compatible with Volvo? And you're like, hey, you can help us. You can innovate this with us. And you said, I will work in conjunction with you. Correct?
There you go. That is correct.
That is correct. Okay. Hey. Just a little bit longer? Okay, you want to say some words about it and say how upset you are about it?
Yeah, dude, it's taking longer than expected, so we're just grateful that Kyle had two cars for us to drive. So,
well, good thing that Kyle is pulling the weight on this team, making sure that you guys are out here ready to compete. So, yeah, take us through like some of the friends and family and whatever keeping you guys out here and keeping you guys motivated to do this thing.
yeah, a lot of people helped us. Zach, one of our friends, Zach, opened up his shop the whole last week to let us get our cars ready. So we were all working on our cars out there.
What shop?
Just his home shop.
Just his home shop.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, just open up his home to y'all.
Yep.
Dang,
Yep.
that's awesome. Where's Zach at?
Yeah.
Zach, where you at?
I don't know. He may have already gone home.
Oh, okay. He got to clean up your mess.
But
in the
shout out
shop,
Zach.
right?
Yeah.
Shout out Zach. Anyone else? Yes.
Yeah. My dad and brother, like last night we blew out the rear main seal, and so we were up till 4 a.m. replacing the seal. Had both cars ready for today. That's the first event on the car, first time testing the car.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so.
Well, I mean, Dario was up changing a clutch. They basically just did the same thing. So that's awesome. That's dedication there, and that shows that it takes, it's a whole team thing going on to make sure that you guys can be a team going on. You know what I'm saying? So big round of applause here. Good enough, killing it out there on track, doing a nice job. Me too quiet? Huh? All right, let's talk to these people. You guys got a lot to say, and I don't like any of the words coming out of your mouth right now. All right, so Ratchet Slayers, man, you guys coming out there killing it. A little bit of a mix-up from what we usually see with Ratchet Slayers. I think you head Ratchet now, right? Yes, sir. And we usually have like a camera more out here, but tell me what went on into this team configuration and how we figured out that it would be a good team and lead to some success out here.
Yeah, so before, we would use like Cameron or who else? Geez, I can't remember his name. Anyhow, I don't know. I've been driving with Eric for a long time, and I haven't driven with him like in a couple years since he hasn't had a Z, and he got a Z. I told him to come back out here and like doors all day, and then you guys saw how bad my other car got messed up today. So I had to take out the pro car for the rest of it. Leon in second, and then he got doors. So everybody got doors today.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome to watch. It was fun to see you guys like dial it in and just the little intricacies there. So, I mean, was the strategy just to put the slow car up front and then you two could just play off that? Is that what went down?
Yes, sir.
Here, let me talk to Leon about it. You said no.
I think the strategy was just to get doors the whole time. we don't drive together that much, so we just wanted to put on a good show. Yeah.
Put on a good show, they did. It was awesome to watch. Eric, you just got a Z. What did you used to drive? What should I remember you driving?
I had an S14 with a LS3 in it that would blow up every time I came here. So you don't remember me because I would just blow up usually on the initiation. So
Okay.
I went backwards to a seat time car. Jarrett and I party, and we drive with Jordan Cruz made a track here from Faint Visuals, and all three of us hop on the sim, and it's like the same exact thing. So it was cool to like translate the sim to real life, and I've never drove the Z here before, and it was just exactly like the game. So that's what I credit my success to today is the sim.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, it was awesome to watch and see you guys like dial it in and fine tune it more and more with every run. So take me through, thank some people for me. Who keeps you guys out here on track, whether it's singular, whether it's as a group, just let me know. Eric, you get to start.
Jordan Cruz from Faint Visuals. I couldn't do this without the sim and having this track here.
Definitely Jordan for number one because we all sim together and it's been a great helping tool. And Jordan also did the livery on my pro car, and it looks. I'm so happy with it, and he did a killer job. I want to thank Link ECU. Jason, the VP of Link ECU, was here earlier helping me spot and just making sure we're all good. Yeah, Kansei Wheels, they hooked me up with some wheels to shred all weekend, so thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's see. Well, I guess I'm gonna I guess I'm going to thank Jordan again. But yeah, beyond just Aceto, I mean, I got so many people. My whole team right here. Man, I got my whole team here. We got my Ben. We got Kenya. We got Candace. We got just the crew, dog. So like without them, I probably wouldn't have been able to do as much as I did today. Also, I got got some helpers. Got some yellow speed. Got some stage wheels.
Also, thank you, Don and Lincoln, wherever you are over there. I didn't lift I usually work on all the cars, and I didn't lift a finger today. So, thank you, guys.
Hell yeah, dude. Awesome job for Ratchet Slayers. Give them a big round of applause. Tell them they did a good job. And now we'll go over here to the Goon Squad. Who wants it? Who wants the meat and potato? Junior, I haven't seen you in a while, man. I haven't seen you a hot minute, dude. I got so excited seeing you out there and seeing those strobies going. So how's it been? Why has it been a while?
So a couple DriftCons ago, the car blew up. So we fully rebuilt the motor, me and my friends, all the Goon Squad, and we got her going again. And it feels good to be out here chasing the boys on the track. So
just SRs all around, right? Or John, were you V8? Yeah. You still V8?
Still V8, yeah.
Okay, but everyone else SR?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna like go -4 cylinders and join the group up or what?
100%, absolutely.
Absolutely, you got to fit the vibes, right? Yeah. And speaking of fit the vibes, it looks like someone is now color matched to the whole crew. So was there a serious discussion, or were you just like, it's time, baby?
Dude, it was time, and it paid off. Look at the cars; they look absolutely beautiful.
They do look sick, black on chrome all across the board. So are we going to go back to the livery with like the little touches of color and individualize it, or what do we think there?
No, I think we're just going to keep it black, just stealth mode on the cars. They're all kind of street cars now, so just excited to cruise for the summer.
I love it. It's awesome. And you know what? It's one of those things, man, and I hate to be somewhat disrespectful, but it's like we come to expect you guys just stacked up 4 deep. And so at one point, Brandon and I were just like kind of talking, and we're like looking at what's going on. It's like, this is amazing, but we're just kind of talking, expecting of it. So it's like I mean, what keeps you guys like super motivated to come out here? Is it just hanging out with the homies? Is it the trophies, or what do we got here? And what's like the ultimate Goon Squad goal, John Daniel?
It's always the trophy and the money.
That's right.
Always.
That's right. Just straight up trophy chasing. That's it. Behind closed doors, these guys are just throwing hands like, you got to be 6 inches closer, son. Like, rub tires on my door. Do something. But no, it's the love of the game. It's the homies, right?
Yeah, it's always, always for the love of the game.
Well, it's always fun to watch. It's always great out here, and you guys are a staple of all DriftCon things. So, I mean, who do we got to thank for keeping you guys out here, keeping the cars looking fresh and clean, keeping you kids motivated, and, coming up with fun stuff for you guys to do?
Obviously, like our whole team, or our girls and everything, they're a huge help for us. Tire Streets, GK Tech, Circuit Performance, we wouldn't be able to do it without them. So.
Anyone else?
The painter.
Yeah. The painter. Dude, those cars are so flossy.
Shout out to all the homies and anyone who swung by the booth and just showed love to all the cars. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Like love here, because you guys would come around in the sun and they'd be gleaming on the paint, and then they'd be gleaming on the wheels, and then Junior came through and he was gleaming on the strobes, man. So it was all sick all around. And you know what? Without further ado, let's talk about who won this team tandem competition. It's the Goon Squad. Goon Squad getting the win today. And that means Ratchet Slayer's coming in second place, a well-deserved second place. So nice job there from all you guys, all our team tandem competitor. You hand those out. I'm not allowed to touch those.
Well, congrats to both Dario and Goon Squad on their wins today. Ben, quite an epic day of drifting. When's the next time fans can come out and see DriftCon live?
Yeah, next time you can come see it is going to be July 18th for the track takeover. That's going to be round 3 of our Northwest Drift Series.
Well, that'll be the next time you can check out Drift. The next time you can be here at Evergreen Speedway Live, which we highly recommend, is June 20th, the Coastal Community Bank Night presented by Price Busters Plumbing. Street stocks for 50 laps, super stock figure 8s, Hornet Nationals, Youth Hornets, mini stocks, and Boat Nationals on the docket. Don't forget it. Wear your cap and gown in on June 20th for free entry. It's been a great show. For everyone involved with Home Track Heroes, for the Hobbs on the cameras, and for the production, I've been Ben Iman for Ben White. We appreciate you spending Sunday with us. See you next week.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.